Welcome back to the Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Nicole.
Hello.
And Yvie.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
And Nicole, you're really excited about these, aren't you?
I am so excited about these episodes.
Oh my God, Nicole,
it's gonna be great.
dial it back, dial it back.
I'm not yelling today. I think I got all my yelling out. Now that it's here, I can calm down. So
yeah,
I will say I think I prefer message in a bottle to family. So see how that
100%. I'm in total agreement with you.
I like the drama.
I don't mind message in a bottle.
The drama at the beginning and the hand holding partway through the episode.
I mean, we'll get into it, but a lot of family hangs on the performances, and some of the performances are okay, but I don't think some of the performances are amazing. So,
no.
But yeah, it's having kids in jeopardy. That's the other thing. Rob Cooper always talks about this. It's like, well, I mean, you only get so much mileage with kids in jeopardy.
Yeah.
So after Cassandra, they didn't do it very often.
His story is almost very similar to Cassandra's. Like, he's been booby trapped. Like, it's very similar. But I guess that's just the Goa'uld for you.
Exactly.
They love using kids as bombs.
Yeah, exactly. They'll do whatever they can.
Let's look at Adam's artwork for this.
Yes.
So let's pull up Message in a Bottle.
I'll wait for
everyone we're apparently looking for something.
Yeah, so in the images. Yes.
In Message in a Bottle or Family? Do you remember which one he meant?
Message in a Bottle.
Cool. Okay, right. That is indeed a message in a bottle. Of some kind.
Alien orb.
I mean,
an alien urchin, as someone called it on Reddit.
Yeah.
Alien
he already
urchin.
posted it?
No. Just somebody described the orb in a Reddit post as like an alien urchin. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there are some mountains down there.
I think I know what it is. Is that supposed to be Abydos, or is some sort of temple, or like the very?
So I thought it was a structure as well, but it's the astronaut suits. It's 2 and 2, so 2 of them are walking with each other.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
And then you've got the gate in the far distance.
Wow,
that is so cool. Wait, I'm zooming in.
I guess I can zoom in too. So let me see here.
Oh yes, yeah, because you can see like some brightness coming off the
correct.
The gate.
He's got a gate
activated.
there. So
Wow.
Damn.
Well done, Adam.
That's very cool. Yeah, I can
love
understand why he was
color.
so excited.
I love the perspective with the sea in the background. Yeah,
me
too. Really cool. It's a great idea. And family. You ready?
That's such a cool image. Yes. I'm kind of obsessed with that. Okay. Going over to family. Let's hope families is better.
Well, this is like, it doesn't have a Stargate element in it, but I mean, I love the concept because it's the theme of the episode.
I was going to say,
this is really cool.
It's a
brainwashing.
We could
use this a couple of times.
Oh my God. I'm not going to lie, right?
Isn't that
funny? That's really funny. I like all the other ones have kind of just been like on theme and accurate to the episodes, but that is
he just
funny.
took a left turn and was like, okay, let's explore brainwashing and see what happens.
Well, because family is quite hard to talk about or like to get very specific on.
Yep. So I think he's basically taken the episode to its base element and then made it into an image.
I mean, that is.
But he was really struggling initially, I think, with thinking of something for this episode because, like me, it's not one of his favorites.
Right.
And then I think this sort of just came to him, like
it's great
brainwashing.
I love the light in this. If you look at the bathtub and the shadow on the floor, it's all correct. You know,
I like the fact that also you give your child a bath.
Right.
So like,
exactly. I love I actually really liked the clawfoot bath.
Yep.
Me too.
And the hand doesn't look too demented.
No, it looks
it looks almost normal. It's got 3 fingers visible, and that is correct for the angle. So I'll take
the
it.
fact that it's in a glove, it's well done.
Yeah,
I think it works.
He did a good job.
That's really awesome.
So we're going to go ahead and get this one going here. So
I like the drama of this episode. I love the episodes where they start out with a pow, you know.
Yes, I
And
have
this starts
lots
out
of
with a
notes on this one.
with an if and then
I've
a pow.
tried to make it. I've tried to make my notes fun to keep Nicole intrigued.
Okay.
Would I not be intrigued otherwise, Yvie?
Well,
I like when you speak.
And the same with family. I've tried to make some like
Oh, you're
poignant
trying to make me feel better about how much I don't like
so
these episodes.
you feel more engaged and like, you know, like intrigued, and it gives the episode a different perspective for you.
Yvie, you and David are like the only intriguing things about these episodes.
Aww.
Anyway. So I didn't need you to bump it up to make it better. I would have enjoyed your
Oh, you know what?
way.
There's nothing that makes me feel as good at 3 a.m. than someone calling me intriguing in real life, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
All right, gang. We're gonna do message in a bottle here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for the time difference. I do apologize.
Yes, and thanks to the people who came yesterday as well, who joined us during the AI stuff. That was very fun.
A good time.
There's been 1.4K likes or 1.4K views on the
really?
Yeah, there has.
We're going to have a look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. So check it out. Check it out if you haven't already.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time.
All right.
Indeed.
All right, gang. So we're gonna watch
good to go.
Message in a Bottle. And I got everything here ready to go.
Ready for the countdown.
Yep.
And let's go ahead and see if we can get crazy here. In 5, 4, 3. Welcome, one and all, to the Wormhole Extremists. My name is David Reed. I'm with Yvie Cahill.
Hello.
And Nicole Rodriguez Galdo.
Hello.
And we're watching Message in a Bottle.
We are.
I was
you go, Nicole.
No, I'm saying it's a good shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a very good shot. I was going to say that I was researching this episode, and I always look at like who's written it and who's directed it, and I kind of got really excited because I saw a really familiar name in who like written the story. You know, besides the regular, you know, people who write it. So this story's by Michael Greenberg and Jared Paul.
Oh,
and I'm
Greenberg
like, I know this
contributed
name.
to the story.
Yeah, I know this name, Jared Paul, and I looked into it, and it turns out that he's in like a whole bunch of my favorite series as an actor. Like he was in 12 episodes of Legend. He's in 4 episodes of Home Improvement, 6 episodes of Monk, and he was in an episode of Seinfeld because he played Darren the intern in Seinfeld.
Darren the intern, okay. And so they gave him, along with Michael Greenberg, he has story credit?
He does, yeah. Story by.
Wow.
So, and he's got another 4 writing credits in Stargate.
Good for him.
And he's actually surprisingly young. Like he's only 6 years older than me. So.
Oh wow! Really good for him.
Yeah.
Really good for him. Very impressed.
And FYI, this is the first time we see the team in spacesuits.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. I didn't think the CGI was terrible on them coming through in the spacesuits. I thought that was pretty good.
It's not at all. I think it's actually quite good.
I've never noticed the Earth symbol on their chests.
Yes, I did notice that one time. I love that they did that.
It's pretty big, actually.
Carried on. Yeah.
So for those playing at home, there's actually a number of notable quotes in this episode. This is the first time that Jack says "Good morning, campers."
Correct.
Yes.
We obviously have Tilk perplexed by the term "booby trap."
Right here. Now.
Yeah.
Right here. Tilks adorably misinterprets the phrase "wild horses." You know, the undomesticated equines.
Undomesticated equines.
And Hammond says, "This is like a classic quote for me. One finally snapped us in the ass."
Yes. We brought all kinds of things back through.
I think I like this episode more than a lot of others because I really like the "we're screwed at home" episodes. You know, like whenever they're trapped on the base, I feel like they could do quite a bit. I think they do really well with just sitting around stressing about how they're going to fix the problem that they're at home with, and I do enjoy those.
I love how this orb was left on, a planet with clear access to a Stargate, but it had to get started by someone else who took it to another planet, who then took it through the Stargate.
Well, yeah, I actually have some points to make on that, I guess. So in this goes back a bit. In Poland and Germany, this episode title translates to Trojan Ball. So
well, that makes some sort of sense, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess, like, would you classify this as a Trojan horse? Because what I've written is, like, the inscription on the inside of the orb was inviting the finder to take it to a new habitable world. So if the orb found the conditions acceptable on that planet, it would attach itself to the planet with those harpoon things and dispense its seeds. So don't you think that it might have been easier to find, like, some sort of qualified orb realtor? Like a real estate agent.
Okay.
And then, they could have their own reality TV series and call it, like, Planet Hunters.
Oh my God.
But there wouldn't be much sort of ambiguity around which planet the orb preferred, because obviously it would just sink its barbs into the soil and call it a day.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You just have to buy it.
Yeah.
Hey,
there's a little goof. There's a goof coming up with the Malp. So there's no Malp at the top of the ramp, but when the shot you see behind them, there's a Malp.
Oh God, you're right. I hate it.
And this is very much NASA type staff with the clothing, with the hats to assist SG-1. So.
What were you going to say there, David? With the you were like, it's, and were you going to say it's somebody? Because I was also going to say it's somebody.
Oh, I was going to make a comment about the actor.
Yes,
me too.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say that this is also the episode where we have that really adorable, awkward interaction with Lieutenant Graham. It's actually Simmons. It's Graham Simmons.
Graham Simmons.
Mm.
Yep. And I thought his surname was Graham, but it's not.
He's also Apollo's brother in Battlestar Galactica.
That's exactly right.
He was with Starbuck. He was one of the reasons why Starbuck and Apollo wouldn't get together for so long. It was so aggravating.
He is. So he's played by Tobias. Is it Mailer?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the first of 4 appearances. He has 4 appearances in this season, and then he's got like one random
season 6.
They bring him back a few seasons later.
Yeah.
And in the Stargate Omnipedia entry for him, it shows the episode and it says Simmons returns. Like
Simmons returns.
Yes, very obviously.
I remember when I saw him randomly reappear again, and I was like, "Bruh, when did you? I thought you left. I thought you moved on to like another job.
Know.
You're still here."
No, he has like a 4-season hiatus.
Yeah. Jed Ted said, I like base episodes or bottle episodes, you might say. I agree. Ha ha, bottle episode. Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Well, bottle episodes, David. It's the sci-fi, trope for using standing sets.
Yeah, yes. I know, but like it's just funny that you said bottle because message in a bottle. So it's like double meaning.
What were you about to say, Yvie?
Oh, I was just reading the comments. I was just sort of blown away by the fact that Dan Ben has never seen Seinfeld.
Another person to join me.
Unfortunate.
I know.
Dan Ben, you and I should watch some Seinfeld together.
I don't know if, I'm not sure what you'd think about it. It's a classic comedy to me, but anyway.
I mean, I watched a lot of Frasier growing up, so
I love Frasier.
This is such a like calm introduction. It's just like, we're just looking at the thing. The only thing that stresses us out is it started glowing when they were still on the planet for a brief second.
Yeah. Don't we have that really awkward interaction between Daniel and Sam coming up where Daniel comments on Simmons' like crush on Sam?
Yes.
Didn't we miss it already?
I think we just missed it. Yeah.
Did we miss it?
Well, we were talking about Apollo and
we were talking about the fact that he was in Battlestar Galactica.
Hey, the artifact.
Yes. I like that. Well, how much time do they ask for? Like a day to like carry on looking at this? And Jack's now about to ruin it.
Here we go. Yeah. Good morning, campers.
Look at the attitude. The orb will be ready.
So this, I didn't realize, and like correct me if I'm wrong, but the planet they're supposed to be exploring in this mission that Jack's talking about. That's the planet that they send the orb to in the end.
Yes, P4G 881. I don't know why I remember that, but I just remember Daniel going P4G 881.
I'm very impressed.
Oh, things about to get crazy.
I really like this. This is just, I'm not gonna lie, right? When SG-1's frantically trying to throw something through a gate, I love it. You know? What is it? Not Avalon, Origin from season 9, when they're throwing the thing through.
Yes.
It reminds me of this, you know? Because it's Teal'c and Mitchell in that episode.
Yes.
But here it's Teal'c and Jack, and I was like, oh, the good old days.
Mm.
Took them long enough to use the vortex for something cool like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna lay some eggs. This is a cool prop.
It is very cool. I do like this, you know. This episode, the intro really like grips you.
Did this orb appear when you were selling props?
No, I never came across it. No, this was too early on.
No time, throw it back through, yeah.
Chuck it through.
Yeah.
Oh, they gotta undo all those little screws.
Yeah, it's held in place.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like the fact
that doesn't look good.
That Sam and Daniel are the kind of people who are like, oh, we've got to put our suits back on and go, while like Teal'c and Jack have the attitude of like, nah, just toss it, you know. It's the different attitudes and respect for things. It's great.
Yeah, well, I meant, yeah, Jack's thinking, you know, safety of the base.
Of course. And this is the season, by the way, where he gets poked full of holes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Is this the first big hole?
Yep. Coming right
the
up.
First big hole.
Nice.
So
this was painful to watch as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually looked into sorry David.
Real quickly, when he's being pulled back, it's Dan Shea with O'Neill's with Rick's face superimposed.
Yes, yeah, I was actually literally just about to say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I actually was really curious about the stunt behind it, and it's called a ratchet pull stunt.
Correct.
And yeah, I literally wrote RDA's face was superimposed over Dan Shea's. And I think Shea called it like the worst ratchet pull stunt he'd ever done.
Really?
So I think usually with this type of stunt, the subject is deaccelerated as they approach the contact point.
That did not
which
happen.
In this case is the wall, and they usually bounce off, but with this stunt, he hit the wall and just like at high speed and just stayed there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
this is hard to watch.
It is. But like you can see, like they're not obviously entirely. It's not entirely stiff. It's bendy.
Yep.
I always wondered if that was just a accidental thing because they had to kind of stick it into him, but he's moving, so it's a bit bendy. It looks like it's almost moving at times.
Yeah. Well, I think my the rationale that I saw online was that like so the orb, the dart thing appears to be made of more of like a pliable, flexible material than the arrows themselves. And obviously it bends and flexes as Jack moves. But Carter mentions that the orb itself is constructed from 2 unknown materials. So perhaps like it's sort of an unknown compound that's a little bit more flexible than what we're used to, you know?
I love a good excuse, and the fact that it's sci-fi means it works really well.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I like how much Richie Nansen is sweating here.
Oh,
it's great.
He's traumatized.
It adds to the performance, all that moisture,
and the pain as well. Like when you're in intense agony,
he's being held up by a pole that's
in his shoulder,
absolutely gone through him.
Yeah.
And this sucks because it just translates through the.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Bad move.
This is that weird time in Stargate where it looked like Richie Nansen was really trying to hold on to that brown hair.
I think he's trying to. I think he's trying to like let the dye. What was I going to say? Grow out.
Yeah,
and then I'm
looking forward to the grey. You know,
because there's like an awkward stage there where you can see like the grey roots, but like it's not quite there. Yeah,
it's getting there.
Give him a stool to stand on, guys. Something.
Yeah, give him a chair. My goodness.
So I actually missed a goof, guys.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm obviously not really on my game at the moment. So
It's all right. It's message in the bottle.
Apparently, just before Jack is catapulted into the wall, you can see the ultraviolet paint in the shape of the organism behind where Jack will be.
Oh no. No.
Yeah, I've been staring at him in those shots, and I swear, like, some of the striations of the creature are already there.
Maybe they filmed it at like different times.
Oh, they most definitely.
And so they
probably
had that first. Isn't it like most TV is filmed out of order, just dependent on,
Yeah, true.
what's easier
it depends
to do.
on sets and all the availability and all that sort of stuff.
Here's the line.
Aww.
I feel bad. Daniel feels guilty.
One of them's finally
Snapped
snapped us in the ass.
I love that. The only thing that sucks about these kinds of episodes is that Teal'c and Jack often don't have too much to contribute to these. And that's the only thing that sucks. Whenever they can help, it's really nice. Like in season 6, Redemption, it's good that Teal'c's off-world because he's helping in his own way from the way he can help by fighting. And I like the way they did that. It's a shame that these episodes, a lot of the time, just don't do much.
So Hammond just implemented the wildfire directive.
Yes. Have we had that before?
So I don't think so. I think it's the only time that he actually uses that phrase. But apparently, it's actually a term from Michael. Is it Crichton's? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Crichton's.
I was going to say Farscape. Crichton.
Yeah, 1969 novel, The Andromeda Strain.
Okay. Yep.
Oh my god! All the sci-fi. Jesus.
I know. There's actually a lot of similar plot points. So in the novel, there's a threat from an extraterrestrial microorganism that piggybacks on a satellite. And this organism also feeds on energy and has issues with oxygen/carbon dioxide.
Yep.
And Wildfire was like the name of the team, I think, that was trying to deal with it. So.
The shot earlier when he, said Wildfire, and the door was closing. Didn't we last see that in Broker Divide when Hammond said he was closing the scene?
Yeah, to have everyone's body burned if they try to escape. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They like to reuse that shot quite a bit anytime like anything goes wrong.
They do.
You could almost make it a drinking game down there. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy. So obviously we're dealing with a weapon. Stop assuming. She literally just said.
So if you notice the SG-3 patch there, notice how it's all black around it. All of these patches are SG-1 patches with numbers superimposed over the top.
Yeah.
Okay. Reuse, recycle, guys.
Yep. Yeah. Just cut around them.
I like that.
I love Janet.
Me too.
Oh, who doesn't? Who doesn't love Janet?
I love when she's here. Makes me happy. His uniform. Yeah.
It goes everywhere.
Gross.
Yeah.
Nothing is more scary than flesh-eating disease.
For sure. One thing that kind of irks me about this episode is that they've all touched the thing, right? Why is it? Yeah, why is it that Graham is the one that gets like infected out of everybody that's touched it?
It just likes him more.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just
maybe he's just so cute.
Him.
It went for him.
He is adorable.
Yeah. I always just kind of sat there and was like, it just seems a bit convenient that like the one person here that isn't, Jack or SG-1, the one that we think is cute and feel a bit of sympathy for because he has a crush on Sam and like, he's the one who gets infected.
It's just a trope.
Yeah.
It works.
I love this when they stand up and they're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's really pretty when it comes to it.
That is a cool effect.
I'd like to paint my walls like that.
he could achieve something with like some of those like tubular lights.
Yeah.
And some glow in the dark paint.
Yeah, I could have some fun with that. Look at this guy. I'm like, bruh, Sam and Daniel were touching that thing all over the gaff. Why are you the one that's being
He's a red shirt.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Oh, so much. So much.
He's going to rewire his brain.
Yeah.
I remember when I watched this and I thought to myself, wow, he's just taking that vaccine like it's nothing, while me, I'm like squirming and screaming at nurses whenever it happens. I was like, I want this kind of bravery when I go get my vaccination. I love the trust that he has. He just sits there, doesn't even say anything, just jams in with the needle, and he just carries on. I really respect it.
Yeah. What, Jack?
No, Hammond, just now.
Oh, Hammond. Oh, right.
How? Doesn't make sense. This bothers me. How he got it worse.
But I mean, you could have like a group of 5 people and they all have like the same flu or whatever. And some people will have more intense symptoms than others. So
I know, but Jack's
just how the body processes it.
So
I know.
Silly. Whatever. I'm gonna try and move past it. That's the thing about television sometimes. Just sometimes they make minor choices where you're like,
Well, some things have to be a little bit too convenient, I guess, just to ramp up the drama.
They have to make it work,
Yeah.
And they have to make it work in 44 minutes.
Yeah.
So certain things are compressed and
compounded as well.
Yeah.
You just got to amp up the drama, otherwise, the story wouldn't work.
Be interesting to visit P4G881 now and see just how out of control it's become.
Yeah.
The thing is, when it eats up the whole planet, what is it? It's going to sit there, doing nothing again until somebody wakes it up. It's just, I feel almost bad for it. It needs someone to constantly lift it and move it somewhere else.
But it would grow, like once it's out of the orb, it would grow too large to be able to go back into the orb. So would it eat a planet, or would it just grow on a planet? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
Like the replicators to the Asgard.
I've always thought of it as eating a planet. Yeah, I always thought it as like it just kind of consumes it. Kind of like how that previous planet that they went to was just barren and empty with that thing on it. Actually, yeah. Does the episode say that it ate that planet and then they just need to move it to a new one? It doesn't say that at any point.
No.
Why did
I think there was some kind of a
then?
cataclysm on that planet, and so they put their civilization inside of there and hoped, against hope, that someone would come along and take them to a new one.
Yes,
right,
the orb realtors would collect them and put them onto a different planet. Yeah.
I don't know if I could ever like live in that kind of like existence. Like, imagine if that happened with Earth. We had we were put into like a weird little capsule, and that's how we had to exist. Ugh.
And Hogwild makes the point here. The organism needed Jack to communicate, so they wouldn't over-infect him and risk him dying before being able to use him. So it deliberately picked him and is rewriting him so that so that they can talk through him.
The orb is actually not even bad.
Oh,
I love this scene.
Yeah. It's actually beautifully portrayed. Oh. There's like a beautiful mix of like pride on Tilk's face as well as sympathy. He's like proud of himself for making a joke and cheering him up, but he's also concerned for his friend's welfare.
I like that he put in the effort, Teal'c is such a like nice, cuddly person. Except when he's with his wife. I have a real problem with when he's with his wife. He really talks to her in a negative way.
Agreed. Yeah, it's the culture.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Christ.
Oh.
Got all that work. Just let it do its job, guys. But that's the thing, they don't know.
well, they think it's
They
killing
don't know.
him. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the only time he invokes God for help.
Yeah.
Oy.
I don't think I've ever seen that shot before.
Yeah.
Where it looked at the orb like that and
Oh, really?
it looked
Yeah.
all
And you
frayed
can
and stuff.
see that like cement stuff sticking
I
into the
don't think
orb.
I've ever seen that on my DVD
It's a pretty gnarly
or
thing.
Amazon
Aw.
Prime.
Well, this is the HD upres, so you're gonna see some details you didn't before.
That is mad. Wow. I've just seen something new from Stargate SG-1 for the first time in 20 years. Jesus.
See, this shall be a momentous occasion for you.
Yeah. I feel like I just got given a present. I don't know why, but I really like seeing SG-1 in distress, just trying to figure out things like this.
I mean, look at that. How would you interpret that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I always think
buddy.
to myself, I have like the worst immunity ever.
Yes,
I
you
would be
do.
so sick if this hit me.
Mm.
Like, I get sick like crazy. Oh, darling.
Yep.
Mm.
We're all a little bit in love with Sam. I'd happily get rejected by Samantha Carson.
I don't think you'd be happy about it, but it'd
No,
be,
just
it'd be
being
a
in her
talking
presence
point.
and trying. Oh my god, yeah, and I could tell everyone. What a dream. She needs to be with Jack, so I'd understand it and respect it.
So don't blow it with a staff weapon anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to starve it, not feed it.
Right, exactly. Reverse the polarity on everything.
Reverse the polarity, yes.
Oh.
Uh-oh, it's in the computers.
Oh, no.
That's it.
This is very like spreading indiscriminately
Indiscriminately?
Yeah,
Yes,
we got
thank
that.
you.
It's trying to communicate any way that it can.
Yeah, but like it's like walls. Oh, there's a goof coming up.
I would not be taking that elevator,
Carter
Sam.
stuck on level. Carter gets stuck on level 22, but then that changes to level 28 when Daniel frees her.
Interesting.
Ugh. Very frustrating. Honestly, like if they ever have these kind of problems, I would. Yeah, there it is. I would always be like stairs every time.
Yeah.
Fire department Daniel to the rescue.
Yeah, look at him go with the axe. Oh, Daniel. What is that gunk
Some
coming
glue.
out?
Yeah.
It's the byproduct of them eating through the wires.
Yeah, it's grim.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you can't just use an axe to save you. Like, come on. I feel like we should be asking permission from like Sam, who might know better, before we start using fire on things. I think one of the things I like about these kinds of episodes is that when you're watching them, you're also like you're along for the journey of discovery, and you honestly have no idea what the outcome is definitely going to be, and you can try and figure out ideas almost like a murder mystery. And that's like the kind of fun that I have with these. When I was growing up, I was always like, I wonder how they're going to get their way out of this one.
Yeah. So Jed Ted's made an excellent I guess comparison in chat. He says that the way that the orb reacts to cutting reminds me of the wraith bug and
Oh
Shepard.
yeah.
Yeah, the more you heard it, the deeper it digs in.
Yeah, it's little like mouth claw thing really
Yeah.
bites into him when they try to get it off. Yeah.
And that doesn't react well to fire either, does it? Do they try to
I mean,
burn it?
I think they try to wet it with some salt water, and I think they try to shoot it. It definitely didn't like any of that.
Oh shoot. That's it. That's an assumption, Captain. It won't recognize your codes.
Yeah, she just said no.
Yeah,
no
has she
assumptions.
tried?
Well,
There's
how
a
are
lot
we
of
going to get
Hammond
out
in
of
this
this
episode.
one?
Yeah.
There is. I think that's another thing I like about them being on base is that we get to see Hammond more, and every time they go off base, we don't get to see that lovely man enough.
With the crown of marble.
Yeah, the crown of marble.
Yeah.
I love Hathor so much. You with the crown of marble. I think she means you, sir. So my friend Faye said, about Stargate. I have it on video. I'm going to send it to you guys at some point. She literally sat there and was like, what do they even do? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, all they do is go to planets and everything goes wrong. These people should be fired. And I was like...
She and Senator Kinsey would get along great.
That's what I said. She was like, how
She could be like Kinsey's campaign manager.
Yeah, they're always bringing back. She's like, they're always bringing back illnesses because we watched like some Broker Divide and then Brief Candle and stuff. And she was like, and they're always getting infected and bad stuff and people foothold situations. What? These people are terrible at their jobs. And I was like, Faye, how is it supposed to be a fun TV show if things don't go wrong constantly? That's what's fun.
Yeah,
something has to go wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, I know, but you know the point I'm making. I was like, yeah, I get it.
Ah, he doesn't look good.
No.
He'll be fine though because he's returning a bunch more times. So yeah,
Don't spoil
I'm glad
it.
we know. Oh no, Yvie totally didn't mention it earlier. In season 6, when he comes back, they make like zero mention of that crush, and then it's like just McKay crushing on her constantly.
Oh, absolutely.
It was very weird. I guess it's good though because I don't want him like 4 years later to still be crushing on her. Like, move on, man. I hope you have a girlfriend or a fiance or something, or maybe you've switched. Maybe you're gay now. Who knows?
Yeah,
Whatever
maybe
floats your boat.
He's just gotten old enough that he can now hide his crush better.
I really hope he's not pining for her still though, because like 4 years of pining. I'd
what do you think there is
bad.
between Jack and Sam?
Yeah, I know. I
years
feel
of pining.
bad for them. I love Graham doesn't have a chance. I want him to move on. Poor guy.
Here we go. It's a crop circle.
Yeah, it is a crop circle.
Ray Wood said, exploration should always go perfect and never have a problem. Yeah, that's the thing. Exploring is a dangerous job. Bad stuff happens. Like the guys who went to the pyramid's tomb, was it Tutankhamun's tomb or something? And they all got like sick and died.
Yeah.
SG-1 have gotten sick and died plenty. So,
It's true.
accurate.
There you go.
I love that Daniel's always the communicate guy.
Take me to your leader.
No.
The aliens are almost always intelligent.
Yeah.
I was rewatching an episode of TNG the other day where it wasn't intelligent aliens so much as it was a school of fish. So
A school of
season
fish.
season 4, The Loss.
Wow.
Yeah, they encounter a 2-dimensional school of essentially alien fish in space.
Okay.
And
Wow.
the ship gets
Wow.
stuck in them like it's on a sandbar, but their sensors can't detect them because the fish are lined up with the sensors on the lateral edge of the saucer, and
Interesting.
they can't see them because they don't have depth. So
Wow, that's an
cool.
interesting twist.
Yeah.
they get out of it.
Of course.
So we have to turn everything up so that it can complete the transformation.
Turn it all up to 11.
Yeah, look at
guys.
that waste. It took them so long to figure it out. They wasted all that time. They gave us a whole episode of enjoying television.
Yeah, they're not trying to kill him; they're trying to use him as a mouthpiece.
Yeah. Man, imagine if they were wrong, though.
Oh yeah, then it would just be like resistance is futile.
Yeah.
Biological significance will be added to our own.
I do like that the answer of this episode isn't kill. It's,
Help
be
grow.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like an important thing that we always need to kind of, it's always talk first, maybe shoot
welcome
later
the
if
arriving
you need to.
conquerors.
Well, they might not be conquerors. You never know, it's... Oh, the hands.
What?
What a moment.
Aw.
What a moment. Wow. That was a big deal.
We've got to try something.
Yeah. I know this isn't like a big ship moment, but I just like seeing them hold hands, it's very rare.
Yeah.
They're human beings.
Yeah. It's really nice.
I say
Yeah,
ouch. I mean,
gross.
he's got a thing through his arm, but like
This is
looking
true.
like a Band-Aid
I don't
against
think
the
it
hair,
cares about the
it's like-
needle, the little
yeah.
Oh boy, I forgot that he used the staff again.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Mm.
I feel bad that they're making Teal'c do this because he's like uncomfortable. He's like, oh, God, hurt my friend more. This is a really creepy moment. I like the way that the organism kind of takes over.
Yes.
I think they did the shot well, where I was sufficiently creeped.
I don't remember. Does he die? Yeah.
No
Yeah, he's
pulse.
dead.
Yeah. Oh, I guess
was
you
a
could
gamble.
chalk that up as one of his character deaths.
Yep.
Yeah,
However temporary.
he technically did die. Look, this shot is just a cool moment.
Mm.
Creepy. So creepy. Hmm. He's here too, right? Yep.
Who else are we talking to? We are also here.
If we were all dying due to some, cataclysmic, apocalyptic type situation, would you take the option of being stuffed in a ball with the rest of your species to live on forever in this weird way?
Depends on how big the houses are.
I
That's
don't
funny.
think I could do it, but I think
Oh, if you had your video games, you'd be fine.
that's a good point. I just don't know if I could be trapped with other people and have to share this weird grave mind consciousness.
You are trapped with other people, and you share this little landmass called England.
Don't scare me, David. You're making a very good point. You're making a very good point. I am trapped.
That is a good point.
a
I mean, how often
in
do your
space.
trains shut down on you? I mean, it's like, geez.
God, I live in the
And you
middle of
can't
nowhere.
drive.
David, you're scaring me.
Like if something goes wrong,
That's a good point.
She's
I would
gonna
at
have an
least know how to
existential
drive.
crisis or something.
Yeah,
I'm
I won't be able to sleep
kind of
tonight.
surprised to hear that she didn't know how to drive. I was like, I would at least learn how, so that if I had to, I could.
Yeah,
In a
my mum doesn't know how to
crisis.
drive either. My mum's nearly 50 and she's never learned.
Wow.
Just followed her
Really?
footsteps. Well, England, everything is so close together, and it's cheaper and easier to get the trains and cycle everywhere.
I guess.
sure,
I mean, you'd have to
absolutely.
probably pay for parking And yeah, it can get pretty expensive owning a car. I
so
totally
Yeah.
get that.
We're missing the exposition. So we have to come
So
to
it's
a
like-
compromise.
It's kind of like, is it kind of like Entity where it's sort of outgrown its capsule?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah, it's
they
becoming
can't,
more of it than it
yeah.
was.
And it spoke through Sam that time. This time it spoke through Jack. I think that's really cool. Yeah, Stargate tends to repeat itself where it will just reuse a concept from a different episode, but it will, but again, because it's a new episode, you don't really know what it's going to do.
Yeah, no, we
See,
don't
consume.
want to.
Okay,
Yeah.
consume your world. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wow. So they're just going to consume the other planet that they go to, and then what's going to happen? They can't pick themselves up and go places, They can't just shove themselves back in the ball and go.
Just grab your bags, get back in there, go to the other planet, and unpack.
I'd ask SG-1 for another ball. And then like some wheels maybe, or like or help us just roll. Give us like some BB-8 type vibe.
There it is. 881.
Look at your memory. I would not remember that in any trivia. Don't give it to me as a question.
Jen Deanna Smith, I always thought Entity was a rehash of this one. In many respects, except in that
Kind
case,
of,
that's more of a
yeah.
malevolent entity.
Yeah.
This one is more just he's more like the Gadmir. It's like, if you got a better option, we'll take it. This is why communication's so important.
Yeah.
That makeup is really cool.
I really like it.
Agrees, yeah.
This is a really simple episode, and I do enjoy it above a lot of others. Oh, the self-destruct to add more tension.
Here we go.
Did they like make an entire soundtrack for this episode? Because I don't think I ever hear this music ever again in the show.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, there's very, I mean, sometimes you have remixed music, but not often. Or reused music.
Yeah, this feels made for this episode, and I don't think I hear it again. So that's quite unique. I think
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that we hear going forward is reused later for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a conversation that I saw online about this particular moment. So Jack's shoulder sort of trauma rapidly healing.
Mm-hmm.
So some people have kind of classed it incorrectly as a goof, but the explanation
not a
that I
goof,
saw
no.
was pretty cool.
It's restored
Yeah.
him.
So
Yeah.
the orb must somehow sort of push the tissue sort of cleanly to one side,
Yep.
and or sort of heal the wound as it's retracted. And since the spikes are clearly too large to fit inside the orb, obviously resizing matter must be part of this
Yep.
like organism's capabilities.
That makes sense. I don't see
Yeah.
it as a goof at all. It
No,
makes sense.
They just were using him as a speech center.
Mm.
That's cool.
Why don't they
And he's
try
going
and-
down.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Why don't they
whoa.
immediately try and turn off the self-destruct?
Yeah, I mean the thing was already technically gone.
Stargate had
Right,
closed
exactly, yeah.
first.
Christ, guys.
Because I mean, it can't come back. A Stargate can only go one way, so
Yeah.
they should have just immediately aborted.
That
I
always
think that's the
irked me.
closest they
had
get,
time
like less
at
than
like
a
12
second.
seconds.
And if you typed
But,
it in
like-
wrong, you're hosed.
I was literally gonna say, like, you really have to rely on your memory.
Oh my
like, your
God,
muscle
honestly.
memory. Like, are
The
you
amount of
gonna-
times I think about typing in the password, and it's like, I know for a fact I mess up my password half the time.
And
Yep.
if I overthink it, I forget it more.
Same.
But this is TV. They're not going to allow a
Yes,
beat
it
for.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I typed in the password wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a goof. That's on purpose.
Aw.
Wild horses, Captain.
Yeah.
That's my team.
And And they all lived happily ever after until next week.
Until next week.
Or, 10 minutes as it is.
Yeah. Obviously, I was saying for like 24 years ago.
It's been a while.
So,
Yeah.
What'd you think upon reviewing, guys?
Oh, God. It's still not one of my favorites, but I don't skip this episode when I do a rewatch.
I think I learned a tiny bit more. But I remembered some things as well, which is good, I guess. It stuck.
Well, I wanted to make a comment. Somebody on Reddit said something that was quite funny. They said that they're surprised that Jack can even stomach the concept of fishing after being spearfished into the wall in this episode.
That's great.
That's quite funny. I like that.
Yeah,
for
that was
sure.
quite humorous.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an all right episode. It's not one of the best, and season 2 has a lot of iffiness, but
in
I'll
the
take
middle
it.
of season 2 is a little bit dicey.
Exactly.
But...
Yeah.
Message in a bottle. Welcome back.
Now I've got to think about what I'm going to rate this episode.
Exactly. What will you rate this episode?
Ooh.
But I really should have a tally next to me so I can see. I need to get that list of Anthony. Because I feel like I need to do a comparison to other episodes so I don't throw my scale and ranking out the window.
You've already done that.
Hey! Read Candle's a good episode! Stop it!
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Everything's fine. All right. What would you guys rate these as?
Ooh, I think I'm debating whether to do a 3 or a 4.
A 4?
I think
Really?
I think I'm gonna stick with a 3.
What did I give
Okay.
Need? Does anyone remember what I gave Need?
I don't remember.
don't
Does it
remember.
matter?
I think I'd do like 1 above Need.
Hmm.
I think maybe a 3. I think a 3.
I'm also rating it a
Okay.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jindiata Smith, 2 chevrons.
Mhm.
Lockwatcher is a 2. Hogwild 6. I really like it for some
Ooh.
reason. Hey, there you go.
Damn.
Okay, yeah.
It's not a
yeah.
bad
At least
episode,
slice
it's
of
just not the best.
Yeah. Lockwatcher 2 chevrons. Dan Ben gives it a 2. Nick Na says, "Was it that bad?" No, it wasn't that bad.
When you
It's just
compare it
not
to other
amazing.
episodes,
Right.
it's not great, And
Yeah.
sadly, as David said before, we need to keep our scales relatively sensible based on what we think is better.
Yes.
So
In
Yes,
terms of
and
one-
there.
Go ahead, Evie.
I was just going to say there are some like smashing episodes coming up. So
Sure.
yeah,
Like I was
Just
I
by
can't give this a
comparison.
4.
in terms
Doesn't
of the
deserve it.
fact that that this is the one show that we're or one franchise that we're recording a podcast series for. Episodes like this would not be the excuse as to why. So we deal with them as they come.
No.
So,
Apple Homo said 0.8. No, Apple Homo.
Ray Wood says 3. Jed Ted 4. Erpel Homo, yeah, it's a flickering chevron for me.
Mac Bowman's conscience gave it
Giandiata.
a 4.
I give that AI Jack things a 9 chevron. We had a great chat with Jack yesterday. That's true.
That's
Yes.
cute.
Yeah.
Apple
I
Homo's
actually,
conscience is a
since
4.
Jean Diata's here, I might as well follow it up. We have 2.5 hours ish until the poll on Twitter is over.
Oh.
But I did ask last week in our most recent stream of Wormhole Extremists, we debated which Daniel Jackson performance was better, Need or Lifeboat. And out of 15 votes that were given, 7% said Need, 93% said Lifeboat.
Wow.
Yes.
So Lifeboat
Yes.
wins by quite a bit. However,
I was
you
in
know,
the
that-
lifeboat boat, so
same.
I
But that doesn't
Yeah.
mean Jean Diata's wrong. It just means people have a difference of opinion.
Oh, of course.
So
Absolutely.
yeah. Also, I just remembered something important. I did not get those damn magazines that we talked about last week.
Oh,
I
that's
can
okay.
run and get them now, but that'll take
No,
a while.
we've
Don't worry about
got
it.
we've
can do it
literally
next
got
week.
years of this podcast, so
Yeah.
you've got plenty of time to
You
grab
know
it.
what?
Who's in a hurry?
You know what? I should contribute to the team. I should bloody find the mission reports for these episodes that we're watching
You're
and
contributing?
pull some quotes. I'll
Yeah,
contribute
don't
with
worry
that.
about it. You get
I know
them
I'm
when you
contributing,
can.
but Evie does a little sprinkle of extra. I should find something extra I can do to sprinkle.
That's
That's
just
fair.
me as a person, though. A sprinkle
That
of
is you as a
extra.
person. Don't we have secrets next week? I'll read
We
the
do.
report.
Yes.
Is there a mission report for that episode? I don't know if there would be. I guess Daniel and Teal'c might have to say something because they went out. So I'll see if I can find something for that and see what someone has to say. But yeah, I'll do that next week. Sorry,
You guys
guys.
ready
Oh, looking
for,
forward to it.
a wonderful family reunion?
Oh,
I'm glad
groan.
Evie also
Yeah, look,
made a painful
I'm not a
sound.
huge fan of the most of the Teal'c-centric ones. As much as I love Teal'c.
There are some good
Yeah.
ones, but
Oh yeah, there's some amazing ones in
yeah.
there, but yeah, this one's definitely
And it's nothing to do
low
with
on my
Teal'c.
list.
I don't know what it is, but sometimes the writing's very iffy. But there are like some episodes of Teal'c's where I'm like, yeah, like Korai was really good. David made me appreciate it more. And then
Agreed.
I think Threshold is like phenomenal. It's
Bloodlines
amazing.
is good, but this is like
Bloodline's good, yeah.
a sequel to Bloodlines that had to be done. Like they had to resolve Teal'c's family or keep it
Yeah.
going.
I
and
get that.
they have to
Yeah,
put
I
them
get
somewhere
that.
in this episode. And that's
I
really
do
what
find it
is.
really fun that they put family and secret so close together, and they're both dealing with like kind of family drama stuff. So yeah,
No, I
quite-
get it. You've got to not tie up loose ends, but yeah, I guess to a certain
It's
extent,
family
gotta
is a
tie up
loose
some
end.
loose ends. Yeah,
If you're not
that
going
kind
to,
of
yeah, if they're not going to continue with developing, and they do developing Teal'c's family in this episode, you know, if they want them to be in continuous jeopardy, that's one thing. But in this case, they put them on the land of light and give them a glove and ball, and that's it. So there we go. You guys ready to get started with it?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Let's
All right.
shoot.
Yes.
Tis
Do this
family.
thing. Whoa, groan.
In stop. 5, 4, 3, 2. We are the Wormhole Extremists, and this is family. My name is David. I'm with Nicole
Hello.
and Yvie.
Hello.
I had no excitement in my voice there.
Well, yeah.
Like I said, I've tried to come up with like some interesting talking points to get us through. The first one is I've decided to call this episode, I've got like 2 different names for it. So the first one is the one with the explosive false teeth.
Yep.
And the other one is the one with the cranky costume.
Cranky
Because
costume.
Jack puts on
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
Jack
No wonder
puts
these
on
guys are so
the
cranky.
armor and
Yeah.
then says,
Yep.
I know why they're so cranky. Yeah.
That's right. I have worn it, and it is not comfortable.
Oh,
It doesn't
Bay.
look comfortable.
Braytac makes everything better.
He does. Hammond of Texas.
You've already entered it, mate, but sure.
So I missed a little goof. So the IDC is received before the wormhole is formed.
Yep.
Oh, god damn it. I was
That
too
happens
busy
a
being
lot.
upset about this
It happened
episode.
Yeah, it
last
does.
week, too.
It
Yeah.
did. Yeah, it did. So this is actually the first of 2 times that Braytac informs SG-1 that Apophis isn't dead, despite what they believe. So
Right.
I think Apophis, he might be a false god, but I think he's a true cockroach because he just can't be killed.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So one thing that just confuses me about Chulak is the architecture.
Yes,
Because
it's
it's
very
like-
Greek.
Yeah, it's based
It is a
on
little
like
bit, isn't it?
ancient Egypt, but it has some Greek vibes that you really notice in this episode. And I was like, I mean, I get that they adopt like cultures and stuff, but like
Yeah,
Apophis went
Yep.
straight to Egypt. So what the hell is this? And then I
That's
went,
true.
okay, sure. So
that's true. He got some
You know?
inspiration somewhere. He picked up some sort of like archaeological book and he's just like, let's
Yeah.
make it like this.
maybe he visited another planet and was like, oh, I would love to do my corridors like that.
Yes.
So
So this is actually the first time that we see Brooke Parker portray Dryak.
yes, they
and-
that's
changed the
correct.
actress. Mhm.
Yeah, and chronologically, this is also the final appearance of Dryak because all subsequent appearances are in
Are
flashbacks,
flashbacks.
which
Yep.
are
Yep.
pre-Children of the Gods.
Yep.
Mm.
Or she's dead
Yes.
under a
Just
tarp.
straight up, oh, she's dead. Yeah.
She is dead under a tarp in season 6. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, she
Is there a
is.
reason did she like just not want to come back, or did they just go
I
now we have to
don't
kill her
know.
to move this forward?
I think
Maybe
that they
Edie
just
can do
wanted
some
to evolve the story and
Research for
free him
season
up.
6.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say that's probably it.
I mean, Ishtar was an exciting addition, so I'm excited to get that.
Jolene. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. They have some pretty spicy chemistry.
They do. You know who else has spicy chemistry? Braytac with everyone.
Oh,
Yep.
He
yeah.
is phenomenal.
Absolutely. He wants the
He's
shoulder.
Baiting you. Don't fall for it.
Hmm. Why don't they go after Braytac in the same way? Is he still at this stage kind of operating?
I think he's hiding.
I was gonna say
like,
because he straight up betrayed Apophis at the beginning of season 2,
Yep.
and he's like,
Exactly.
"How could you?" And it's like,
Well,
"How are
Chlorel,
you still?"
yeah,
yeah.
the family.
How? Well, yeah. Well, he betrays him, but then Apophis probably snaps at him about it. And I'm just like, how are you hiding on Chulak without getting got? You stick out like a sore thumb. You've got the golden thing on your head. People will know who you are.
That's true. That's true. And you would have thought that that Braytac's relationship with Apophis would have gone back a lot further, but yet the betrayal of Tilk just seems to cut him more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Braytac just answered it. I have friends in the Serpent Guards Apophis does not know of. So
Yeah.
he taught a lot of people, and
They all have respect for him.
Uh-huh.
If
But like
if
a-
Braytac
he-
says Apophis sucks, Apophis sucks.
Yeah.
for some
Yeah.
of them, yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate his whole dedication to that sort of underground movement. He basically, I guess he kind of like fathered the whole rebellion.
Yeah, Lockwatcher just said that Mike Dopood makes an appearance in this episode as a Jafar guard. Is it this episode?
It was Serpent's Lair. I don't know.
Yeah, I
about
think
this
we've already
one.
been there, haven't we?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, there
So,
was a reverse shot there with one of the guards turning. You could tell they reversed the.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
So these scenes were filmed in the reclaimed gravel pit of the Lower Seymour Conservation Reserve.
And this looks like the same gravel pit as Children of the Gods again. So you like to
Yep.
you like to see
Yeah.
that
Yep.
consistency.
I think this is the last time we come here.
See the architecture. I'm so confused. I'm
Apparently,
so
at some
confused.
point, this might actually be a little bit later. That's fine. I'll withhold this little bit of trivia.
Okay. How could she fall such a home? You don't want to know, Teal'c.
Oh yeah,
You
by the
don't
by,
wanna know. I do find it so weird that Teal'c has such respect for like everyone he works with and like Sam and Janet, but then like his wife, it's like, gee, like where's the respect?
Well, I
Yeah.
guess it's ex-wife at this
Can
stage.
I also say his wife is looking fine in this outfit? She looks bloody gorgeous. This red corset thing she's got going on, I'm into it. I wish I could pull
Yeah.
that off. I really
So
like this actress. I
I
don't mind that they switched her.
Yeah, no, she does a good job.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to give you guys a bit of a task.
Uh-oh.
So this guy's obviously Frotak of the High Cliffs.
Yes.
And we've got Drayak of the Cordai Plains.
Yes.
And then
Yes,
Jack,
I knew that.
Jack of the Windy City.
Yeah.
So what would your title be if it included the greatest landmark or geographical feature in your town?
Okay. I think I've got one, but I don't know how to say it. I think
Okay.
I'm gonna say Nicole of the Littles. Because everywhere around me, because we are in this weird area around my local city,
Yes.
all the places are called Little Ooze, Little Port, Little Downham, and they all have littles.
Ah, that's cues. I
Uh-oh,
would be,
here we go, guys. Marriage was
damn.
removed.
Okay, let's watch the drama and then continue. Oh no!
She is
Oh,
now
dear,
my
he's about
wife.
to- Jesus, Teal'c.
Ooh.
I love
Oh,
that Jack's
God.
like, calm down.
Mine would be probably for what my community is known for, David of the football field.
Aww.
That's
I'd
cute.
be Evie of the flat rolling land because there's lots of sandy soils and bedrock in my city.
That makes sense. I mean, I can say littles or I can say like marshland because it used to be all covered in water and now it's all marshy and warped and everything. So, but I like
Nicole
littles.
of the marshland. Yeah, Nicole of the Littles was cute.
Okay, well, if
Let's
we're
go with
going by geography, then it's David of the strip mines.
Damn.
Oh boy, this is
Interesting to see that.
significant. You know, I didn't realize. I forgot that there was an annulment. So no wonder.
Yeah.
You know, when he finds Shanak again, he has no problem with taking
Well, that's the
satisfaction.
thing.
Getting his
But
flirt
he
on.
still sits there and he's like, I still love my wife. And also, by the end of this episode, I know there was an annulment, but they're basically back together again. You know, they never really properly separated.
You're right.
So I do find it really weird that Teal'c doesn't care for, like, you know, he's like infidelity.
I find it weird that Braytek didn't put it together that if Dreyok was living in this home, that Frotak wasn't getting a little something to make it worth his time.
Yeah.
He's putting up her and a kid.
Yeah.
That's true. It's a lot of
I respect
a lot of responsibility.
what Dreyok did. What she did was so sensible, and like it was Teal'c left her.
Yep.
Well,
He
they were
left her.
and they were living in squalor.
Yeah.
So, you know, she's got to think about her child and
as a woman, and like a lot of the time, and especially in this kind of like, you know, situation, women are less respected, and the fact that she had to find her way with what she has, which is that she's a woman and she can get a husband. So
yeah.
good,
Well,
good
yeah, I
job
guess
her.
she was living in the shadow of Teal'c's betrayal.
Exactly. She was
So
being,
you've just got to do what you have
stuck.
to do.
If this
Yeah.
were real, I think Dreyok and Rak would have been killed a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
They shouldn't be
as
allowed to live based
severe
on
as
honest
Teal'c
sins.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, no one had done what Teal'c had done at that point, apparently. They would have been executed as an example of any who might, you know, try to follow in Teal'c's path.
It's not like Ryak and Dreyok were trying to run from Puffers either. They stayed pretty local after it happened.
Yep.
It's a bit bizarre. I don't know why they didn't dump him on a nice planet.
Well, I mean, after what happened with Cronus, with Teal'c's family, they fled. They went to another gold world under a different.
Yeah, so
under a
they
different
should really
god.
be
Right.
jumping to another god at this point.
Yeah. Revenge by the wearer of horns.
Yes.
God, I really, honestly, I think this episode, I think I dislike it so much because I lose so much respect for Teal'c in this episode. Like, it's a Teal'c-centric episode, but I can't respect him because of his hatred of his wife in this moment. He's so angry. It's like, think. I think this episode makes me disappointed in who I've gotten to know. You know, Teal'c is so different from this.
No one's perfect.
No, but it's very
People
frustrating.
are complicated. Of course it is. Absolutely.
For me, this was kind of a misstep for Teal'c. Just this kind of stuff with his wife. I feel like they could have done it a little bit better. Based on him calling me woman and talking to me like this, I'd be like, thank God I got an annulment, you know?
Well, she argues back. This Dreyok is far less feisty than the other Dreyok.
I think she's feisty in a different way. She feels more like submissive, and it kind of bums me out. It bums me out. I don't want a woman to just submit to her husband like this.
I think
now she's gonna fight.
She's just been worn down by her circumstances.
Yeah, poor thing.
You just get sick of fighting after a while.
Oh, yes. My queen right here. Shut up, Teal'c. God, if I could wipe this episode from my memory. I just can't. I don't know why. I just can't have him be so like this.
Yep.
I think she loves him in that he saved her, but she's not in love with him.
She's not in love with him. No, it's a marriage of
it's
convenience.
a marriage. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So she did it for him, not for herself. She had no other offers and no other means of helping her son, so
This episode is just Teal'c just being like the thing is he's emotional, right?
I think
But
he
he's
understands
just
where she's
so-
coming from, but he just
Yeah,
doesn't
now,
like
but
it.
I don't like what he's gonna do in a bit. You'll see.
Yeah.
It's like he keeps making these missteps that I just don't see his character realistically doing.
I know this is probably a little inappropriate, but you think Frotak's wearing anything under his skirt? Or is it like Scottish kilts?
I have always
I
wondered
suspect they've
actually.
got drawers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do
'cause
the
it's
Jafar
very
do
short.
kilts or
it's
that?
It's quite short.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think he falls over at one point, and I think you see his underwear.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not quite sure.
Okay,
Either him or other
okay.
Jafar I've seen. I think that they do wear underwear, or at least the actors are wearing underwear, which I'm very pleased.
That
Because,
mad
you
shot
know.
was cool. We always see
The
this
night,
Chulak
yeah.
in terms of day, and now we see it at night. Yeah.
Yeah, follow me. Don't worry about it. So Lockwatcher did a check, and apparently, Mike Dopuda is in this episode as a Jafar. Maybe we don't see his face.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
Don't see his face, but it's still a paycheck.
Yeah.
There we go. Serpent handles. Oh.
You little turd.
Yeah, but he's got he's been brainwashed and he has those explosive
Yeah, I know.
teeth.
That's why I'm calling him a
yeah.
turd.
They don't think that they don't know that.
No.
Doesn't he call him? What does he call him? Like a? Is it like Hataka? Or
Hataka.
something?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Damn! Look at my memory.
Oh,
God,
boy.
this is a poor Teal'c. Comes home, finds his wife is shacked up with someone else, and now his son doesn't want anything to do with him.
Yeah, it's not all coming up Teal'c at this stage.
It's not his day.
Bananas.
Yes, I'm glad that they have the same fruit and veg on other planets. Very convenient.
He was a beast.
Yeah,
Is that what they
it's
say?
A bit of a
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, he's all right. All right.
Mm.
Yep.
Hmm.
His brain just needs a good bath.
I was going to say, Poppers just gave his brain a little scrub in the wrong direction.
Yep.
So I think I missed a little goof. Apparently, if you listen really carefully, when they arrive home after finding Ryak brainwash, you can hear a telephone in the background.
No!
Apparently.
Like a cell phone going off?
Yeah.
Interesting. As they're going through the doors?
I don't know whenabouts it is. I just saw a goof that
Okay.
you can hear a telephone in the background. I guess like as they're entering the residence after finding Ryak brainwashed.
Stand by for this update from Apophis.
I was going to say, I'm glad this TV ain't working both ways.
Yeah, we're coming in with a special report.
People of Chulak, tonight at 10.
I guess when you think about it, like Apophis has lost a lot of followers at this stage because like he got defeated by SG-1. So
he was wiped out.
Exactly. So he's got to do something extreme to gain back his followers. So I can see where he's coming from a strategic perspective. So, you know, kidnapping Ryak is a pretty bold move.
1 million Sheshta. Ooh, I want some Sheshta in my pocket.
Yeah, I was literally going to say that I think like moving forward, whenever we're discussing like currency, we should use the word shishta because it sounds way better.
Sheshta.
Yeah, I thought that maybe when I'm talking to my clients and insurance,
The Chumbaka
tell them that
Groves,
they're
Cord-Eye Plains.
Yep.
yes.
Yep. There is hope.
Carry on, Yvie.
Oh, it's okay. You've interrupted my funny. It's all good.
Oh no, Yvie, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's not that good.
It's not
Are you
that good.
sure?
I've had better material in the past.
No, Yvie, I'm always ready for funny. You do it again. You do it again. I'll laugh. I'll laugh.
No, I was just saying that yeah, we should use the word shishta moving forward for currency.
Yep.
And that you know, because I work in insurance, I was gonna start using it. Because
You'll be like,
insurance
what
isn't in a
the heck are you
Instead
talking
of
about?
saying insurance money, say
insurance isn't in like
shishta.
yeah, well, it's not in a great place at the moment, and telling someone their insurance has gone up, you know, by X amount of dollars is
Your
pretty
Inchesta's
harsh.
gone
So
up.
I was going to say, you know, like, Mr. Jones, your car insurance will cost you 900 shishta for the year. And they'd be like, oh, okay.
This arrogance that Teal'c has my son is strong because he's my son.
Well,
it's just a
he's
boy.
daring to hope.
And plus, yeah, I mean, everyone is different, right? Like,
Yeah, I can tell you right now, I think I'm weak as hell. You know, I ain't fighting that brainwashing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd submit so fast. Is one of these Mike Dopu'd? Nope.
Seeing him.
no, it didn't look like it.
Maybe he was one of the ones in a helmet.
Could have been.
Dan Ben said at 23:15, 4 markers can be seen on the floor to mark where the actors must stand when hiding behind the wall.
Yes,
Were you going to say that, Yvie?
Yes. Hijacked
Dan Ben
my
is doing your
groove.
job for you.
Because that's a little bit later on. It's after Jack returns disguised as a Jaffa guard.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. That wall looks hella suspicious. I'm sorry. look
Yeah,
at
it's
that.
pretty obvious.
Well, they're obviously not very smart.
No, stormtroopers. It would so obviously be this house. Like, I would just, like, blow this house up looking for SG-1. Someone tried to kidnap Ryak. Who else would it be?
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
It hurts me that he's like, oh, you can be trusted now. It's like, wait 5 minutes.
Well,
You know,
he's all on board until he finds out that Drayak doesn't love him.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know
I
what?
feel bad
Screw
'cause
this.
Frotak, one thing about Frotak's character is he was like, he must have always been in love with Drayak until it just happened to get in there first and like get her first.
Yep.
And he said, but now he feels like a sense of ownership over her. And it's like, do you not understand that these people were like married for yonks and like have a son? Like the love that you have for her will never be able to beat the love that Drayak has for her family.
But he thought,
you know,
he thought that his love could, her love for him could beat her love for Teal'c, and he's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
when
sad.
he figures that out by this scene, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm done.
I feel bad for him, but at the same time, I hate that he put that you know, effort on her. It's like he should have known going into this marriage that he was doing her a big favor.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Jed Ted, we don't see the Silver System Lord symbols on Jaffa heads. But that's
No,
true.
that's
The
true.
priests
That's
have
true.
them. Anyone who works in the there we go.
Oh,
Anyone who works in the palace.
Yeah, he's just like, lip lock? Yeah, I'm going to betray you.
was that Teal'c's first on-screen kiss?
I
I don't think we saw him kiss his wife last time.
I think
Are
it
you
might
sure?
be.
I think
Yeah,
they did
yeah.
kiss.
Honestly, I don't think they kissed. I think. Oh, Jack knows. God, they're all like they can all see into that room. Do you think Jack was just
Yep.
sitting there like, oh no, they're making out. Oh no, for a vaccine. Oh dear. So awkward. But yeah, I think that was his first kiss.
Nighty night.
God, honestly, Frotak, you
Doesn't work on
disappoint
him, though.
me. Yeah, it took a second. Oh wow, what's that knife gonna do?
Don't bring a knife to a
But
gunfight.
he's giving you a chance.
Yeah.
He's not unconscious though. He's still with it. Maybe
Yeah.
he's been zadded before in the past. He's built up
maybe
an
really
immunity.
It doesn't affect
Yeah.
everybody the same way.
Well,
Be
Oh,
quiet.
now we're dead.
yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
okay,
we
you
gotta
don't
get
see
rid of
his
the
underwear,
evidence.
but I'm assuming he's wearing undies.
Yeah.
Answering that question. God, he made him disappear as well. Like, oh,
Mhm.
funny we
Got
good
rid of the
start
evidence.
funeral. I hate that. I hate that the third shot disintegrates. I'm so glad that they get rid of it. It's so silly. Like, where does it go?
Stealthy Jack.
Yeah. It's really hard to stealth on, like, in Gould places because of their architecture.
Well, that's why he has to get himself a suit.
Yeah, whenever they do it, I'm always very impressed. Oh, yeah, there's the markers on the floor. Oh, my God, I just saw them.
So there was yellow for Amanda Tapping, red for Brooke Parker, blue for Michael Shanks, and white for Christopher Judge.
How do you know that?
I don't know. I found it online somewhere.
Oh, okay.
We just saw 3 of them get into position, so the 4th one was obviously got to be Teal'c. Because he was the only one not standing there when the camera moved.
See, cranky. His cranky costume.
God, Dreyak again with another banging outfit. Isn't that the same kind of corset type thing that she wore last time? The other actress wore? That purple kind of pleather looks very similar to the last outfit.
Maybe?
So the Velcro
It's just
strips
similar.
on either side of him.
Oh, dear.
Those are
Oh,
Velcro.
yeah.
Those are Velcro strips.
Oh, God.
Velcro off world.
I've seen so many period pieces and dramas where they have zips and Velcro.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, get out of here. This is inaccurate. Historically inaccurate. God, this is awkward. It's not your fault, darling. Frotak was scummy. He wasn't a great guy. He married you expecting stuff that you could not give, and he should have known better. It's not your fault, honey.
If she couldn't commit to the marriage, she shouldn't have moved in.
No, but she needed to do what she needed to do.
I just think,
You don't get to take advantage of someone just because.
So
No.
Apophis obviously has lost a lot of followers at this stage, but he's assigned 5 warriors to escort Ryak, and then 2 additional warriors to observe the Stargate. So he must have obviously thought that there was a huge potential payout and it was worth the risk. But that's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I'm not seeing Mike.
Still, don't see him. Yeah, we're looking real hard. God, this is way too
he's happy to see
suspicious.
him.
And
Yeah.
now it's raining.
I would have allowed myself to get kidnapped the first time and go back to Earth. I don't know why you put up a fight the first time.
Well, that's the point. That it wasn't a part of the plan. They weren't expecting him to get captured. Now they're like, okay, we're gonna do it.
She can search all she wants, but it could be very similar to, Cassandra. Yeah, well, I guess she says, I think he's clean.
I should get a bomb detection on kids, figure out how to do that. We don't doubt your son, Teal'c. Stop whining.
They just know a little bit too more. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
They just know what the Goa'uld are capable of.
Is this the second time Teal'c's going to get spat on this episode? How many times he'll get spat on? He gets spat on by Skara and Children of the Gods. Yeah. I think his son's going to spit on him again. Does SG-1 ever get spat on other than Teal'c? Or is it just Teal'c?
Pretty sure it's Teal'c.
My Tesco delivery just arrived. It's outside
think.
making lots of noise. So I'm going to mute a little bit and talk whenever you do.
What a cape.
Everything just looks way more dramatic when you're wearing a cape.
Those mountains are gorgeous.
Yeah, they really are.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
I mean, as I said before, I'm Yvie of the flat rolling land, so I appreciate, a bit of a bit of mountains.
Yeah, Evie did not appreciate being in the UK. She was like, this just looks like Australia. And I was like, all right, Evie.
It really does.
Maybe I should also give myself the same name since we're from similar places.
O'Neill's not buying it.
No.
I'm glad someone has some sense.
Oh, you're putting way too much faith into a little kid.
The thing that irritates me is if you have the ability to brainwash people, why don't you brainwash your entire population? Why don't you use the substance on everybody so that there's no way that they will ever be duplicitous?
That is such a good point. Maybe it's like really specific and hard to do.
Yeah, maybe it's just hard to come up with that sort of brainwashing compound or something or whatever they use.
It could be.
And it's more of a rarity and it'd just be too expensive to produce for like a mass.
And the fact of the matter is, these beings are so secured in their own supremacy, they probably don't even think it's necessary.
Just arrogance,
So,
yeah, just pure arrogance.
I feel like that's a good way of patching up a lot of the plot holes for the Gould. It's just going, they're too arrogant. Too arrogant for that extra security. Too arrogant for this, that, and the other.
Yep.
And it's
yeah. It is a very convenient excuse, but I think it kind of works.
Hello, Anthony.
Oh, it definitely works.
He's joining us now.
Oh, hey, Anthony.
He joined about 20 minutes ago, apologizing for being late.
Yeah, no, it's
our fault. Plus he was Mama Knox had the it would have been her convention this weekend, so they still met up in the UK to have a little fan get together. So Tilk, you can see the boulder move.
Oh, you sure did. Look at that.
Yeah, so it's obviously not a real boulder.
Anthony liked my correction tweet, so I hope he saw that and saw that the time had changed.
How would you like to be assigned to that gate, knowing good and well
never
that
SG-1's gonna kill me?
Fail, yeah.
Plus, there's no except for those like boulders around the outskirts. There's no real protection right around the dialing device, so you are just out in the open.
Stop hugging your kid. This is not the right time.
It's always a good time to hug your kid.
Yep.
Has Dreyarch ever been through the gate? Because I remember the threshold.
No. I was literally about to say.
Yeah. She says, how was he able to walk through the wall of water?
As
and then Tilt's like, I've done it many times, you know?
It's no big deal.
Come on, guys. Like, they got reinforcements coming. Get through the gate.
Yeah, that's why I was like, don't hug your kid, you know? What if you're about to get shot at? Oh, Braytac, stop staying behind, my dude. Join SG-1.
Yeah, he has a different mission for himself.
He'll be all right, yeah.
Yeah.
He has friends.
Braytac, I think, is my favorite
guest star?
secondary character. Yeah,
I don't know. I think Braytac, it's a tie for me between like Braytac and Mayborn.
Yeah.
Mayborn's close. I think the difference is that Braytac spends the whole time being a good boy, and he's like the supportive father figure. Mayborn took me a long time to realize that he wasn't the worst, because he was
started
the worst
out
initially.
as a jerk for sure.
Yeah, but I think that's what makes him such an impressive character, because he flipped around. But I think Braytac is just gives me that like homely feeling. Like
I get that with Jacob.
You know, I get that too. I think Jacob is a close second to Braytac for me. I think Braytac's older wisdom is something about him.
No, something is not well. Because he really wants to get out of the mountain.
Even Tilk's not allowed out on his own.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. Well, they kind of keep him sort of. He doesn't really go off base that often, but like by himself, does he?
I bet if he wanted to, he would. I don't think he has any like reason to.
Because they were so reluctant to let him live off base, and then when that didn't go well, I assume he just went back to base.
Oh, thank God for Dreyarch noticing.
What, in season 8? Yeah, no, I don't think they did that. I think they just, I think he was fine. They can't keep him confined to the base. I'm just sure they, had to deal with the problems and maybe remind him where he is.
Maybe.
If Drayak didn't notice, we'd be in real trouble.
Yeah.
Mm, she's got that motherly intuition.
You know what? I really, since like Teal'c and Drayak are like divorced, I'd love for like Teal'c to have that like I have my son on weekends thing, and Rat comes over and like watches TV and orders pizza with Teal'c. I would have loved to see that
This is
relationship.
Nicole's reaction when she's like asked to have a needle.
Oh boy, here
Yes,
we go.
that's accurate. Yes,
It's just a little sting. And then it's
when I was
no,
like 14, I like punched the receptionist who was trying to hold me down.
Oh,
I felt very bad. I went and
Wow.
apologized to her afterwards. I didn't mean to.
yeah, I had a reaction when I first had surgery and went under to get my wisdom teeth removed, and the last thing I remember before I fell asleep was reaching over to attack the nurse who was trying to sedate me.
I did great, like with other things, but yeah, I think this woman was holding me. She was trying to hug me and hold me down. And teachers
Aw.
in school aren't supposed to touch you, but
Yeah.
I
No.
think given how much of a pain I was being, and the fact that the nurses were there to give me a jab, I think I had to. Oh dear, he tried to do it. But yeah, I didn't mean to punch the woman. It was just a reflex. I was waving my arms around very aggressively.
Yeah. I didn't notice that bite reflex that he just did then.
Yeah.
Look at the
Bit
toilet.
down
I
the
never
hall.
realized there was a toilet in one of these holding rooms.
I mean,
No,
there
I
should
hadn't
be.
noticed either. Guess it makes sense.
Oh boy.
Oh God!
Did they
Imagine biting
combine
down
them to
to
see
break
what
your
would
teeth.
happen? Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm sure they did it in a basement somewhere, like they did with
Yeah.
Cassandra's bomb.
Yeah. And here's an image of the Earth to see how bad it would have been.
Yes.
Yeah, and it would spread around the whole planet within seconds. This big red glow over the planet. And it's like,
Here
oh
it
yeah,
is.
there you go. There it is.
Here's what could have been.
Look at that. The red glow all over the
Jeez.
thing. Yep.
Because it's hard to describe. You really have to see it like as an image
Yep.
to really appreciate the devastation.
Do they ever use this on anybody else? I feel like sometimes they give the Gould too much credit and like give them these really big dangerous things that we never see them use again, and it's always like, wow. And then you meet the Gould and you're like, you're not actually that bad, you know. I can take you, you know, like Nerty. She's not that bad. Just be cute like Jonas Quinn and you could easily defeat her.
He's a Jaffa. He will be strong.
He's just a kid, bro.
Yep.
Plus, he could be a genetic anomaly. He might not be exactly
Literally.
like his father.
Exactly. That's what bothers me. Stop putting all
Mm.
this pressure on your son to be this fantastic warrior, you know? Like let him be who he wants to be. What if he wants to be an architect, you know? A banker.
So watch
like a
Neil.
Greek
Watch
architect.
Neil. Watch
Yeah.
his hand. He's already grabbing for the chair. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dear. Oh my God.
My God loves me too, but my God doesn't send me on a mission to wipe out an entire planet full of people.
Yeah, he doesn't give you explosive dentures.
There you
Yeah,
go.
didn't Apophis use that as his fuel to brainwash him?
Mhm.
That is quite sad. That is probably the most devastating thing I've heard Ryak say.
Well, he's like, yeah, he's just, I guess he's using Ryak's feelings of abandonment against
Yep.
him.
Yeah.
And those are real.
Yeah, they are real. You know, I'm not a huge fan of Ryak, but this kid does a pretty good job in this episode.
Oh,
This
I
is
like
not
him a
an
lot,
easy
yeah.
role in this show.
No, not at all.
Dan Ben said it's mentioned in one episode that Teal'c did go to visit them. Well, let's forget about that for now. Look what you said, wrestling move with that chair.
Oh yeah.
He could be a wrestler, Teal'c. He doesn't have to be a big, great warrior. Nah, don't fall for that.
It's that little smile.
Don't fall for it.
Oh,
I hate saliva.
yuck.
Grim. I don't want to look at that. Yes, let's cut to Drew out crying. I mean, that's better than saliva.
Still more liquid.
Yeah, God, I would not want to get spat on as my job. Like, Christopher Judge, you're going to get spat on today. Oh, great.
Yeah.
How many takes is that going to take?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
One,
it's
please.
just a one take.
Yeah, one, please.
A one spit take.
Yeah, please spit on me perfectly for the shot.
I love how Jack knows that the frequency of the Zat gun is the same as an electroshock treatment.
So it's a bit disturbing that he knows that.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
Well, he
very
is
impressive.
smarter than he makes people believe. So
It's
Yeah.
a Carter line, should be saying, yeah,
Yeah.
actually, but they give it to Jack. It's kind of unusual.
that's true.
Well, that's the thing. I'm wondering, like, if he went through it, so he knows what it is. Which is why I was like, it's a bit disturbing because maybe he has
Yeah.
history, so he's aware. I think it's a little insight into like his background, I guess.
I've noticed this a bunch of times, but Christopher Judge, does he have his ears pierced?
Yes, he
Yes.
does.
Like in real life?
Yep.
Because
Yep.
you can see
the
quite
holes.
clearly see
Yep.
the hole. Yeah.
Christopher Judge definitely has his ears pierced in real life.
And I love how by season 3 with Seth, you know, they're just zatting everyone at the compound and no one is going unconscious. They're just waking up.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like lower like the intensity on the Zat or something. Do some surgery on the weapon. Give some excuse to why this is suddenly working this way.
Yeah.
Lockwatcher.
Television has a lot of inconsistencies.
Teal'c's
but yeah.
family should go on Dr. Phil.
They really should.
Oh my God, the drama.
Yeah.
You wanted to kill like everyone on Earth. How did that make you feel?
I think that's the
you're
same
acting
corset
out.
the last actress was wearing in the episode Bloodlines. I think it's the same one. I'm
could
gonna
be.
have to check.
Yeah.
Oh, Polfus isn't going to read you a bedtime story, buddy.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Poor kid.
See, it doesn't open. The Zat didn't open.
It didn't.
Yeah. I just checked, by the way. It's the exact same dress. They just put it on this actress instead.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Okay.
It's the same character.
Why not?
Yeah,
Same
yeah, makes
character,
sense, makes
yeah.
sense. I like that she's reusing clothes, you know?
Yep.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just shot him with a gun.
Jed Ted just said that Teal Grag moment reminds me of Kratos and Atreus from God of War. Yes. Christopher Judge is good at being a dad. You know, like I enjoy seeing him be a father. He's always playing like the very serious dads with the warrior kind of vibe.
Mm.
A long time I didn't buy it that he had been like restored. It's like, he's faking again.
Yeah, no, same.
He's gonna get
Yeah.
the land, go to the land of light and start on a murderous rampage.
Yeah, isn't it the land of light they go to in this episode?
It
They just say
is.
that.
Yeah.
I was going to say at the beginning of the episode, why don't they just go to the land of light at the end of like the last time we saw them? That would have been nice. And then I thought, wait, don't they go there?
Don't you think it's ironic that the light from the Zat made Ryak see the light, so
Yep.
they send him to the land of light?
Yep.
Oh, Yvie.
That's great.
That is what a brilliant connection across 3 different things. That's great. You think in a different way from me sometimes, and I love that.
That's why we have you on.
Mm.
Those dang missiles.
Yeah.
They'd be prisoners.
Yeah, Mayborn would get his filthy hands on you guys. Oh no, this is when he puts it on as a hat, isn't it? He's like, what's
So
this?
Doesn't know what else to do with it. Yeah. Do you think it's Charlie's, or do you think he got him a different one?
I
it'd
hope
be
he got him a
new.
different
It would
one.
have to
Yeah.
be brand new. Yeah.
Yeah. I
There'd
wouldn't.
be
I
too
wouldn't
much
want to.
sentimentality attached
Mhm.
to to Charlie's Mitt.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like if my dog dies, well, she's going to eventually. If I get a new dog, I don't know how I feel about giving my new dog my old dog's toys.
I don't.
It's like
I
too
don't.
much.
I get the new toys.
Yeah, I'd get new toys.
So I usually
New
bury
pupper,
my
new
dog
toys.
with a couple of their toys. So.
Oh, that's a sweet sound.
That's very sweet. Well, and they all
guys.
lived happily ever after, guys.
Right, to the end of their days.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You know what? I want to give this. It's not great. I honestly, right? It's not that this episode is like terrible. It's that it annoys me a bit. It's not the strongest, and I think Teal'c's character is he annoys me so much because I love Teal'c. He's so amazing, but in this episode, he just lets me down in so many ways. He's such an aggressive father and such a crappy husband. It's like,
I think it's because we're so used to seeing him with no emotion, and in this episode, he has all.
Well, he
the
has
emotions.
emotion. I'm saying like show some damn respect, man. Stop calling her woman. Would you call Carter woman? No, because you respect her, but you don't respect your wife. Like, just the equality, please.
Well,
good episode to a degree.
Family, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to sit here and just be like women's rights for like a whole bloody thing, but honestly, this episode makes me uncomfortable. I look at his character and go, I don't recognize this man before me. This is a different kind of man. Maybe he learned some manners when he got to SG-1 and it all went out the window when he got back to Chulak again. But like, both
just.
I
just think his
cultural,
priorities sort of shift a little bit when he's with SG-1.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that
had
he
to make
doesn't, I guess,
sacrifices.
love his family less, and he's
Right.
not like constantly thinking about them.
That's it.
And as you said, like he does make mention later on that he does visit them on occasion. But yeah, it's a bit of a rough episode for me. I think I'd only be probably rating it a 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm really close to giving it a 1. The thing is, right, I like Dreyarch, she's my queen, and also I don't think anything's gonna get worse than First Commandment. I'm trying to think, is this on the
We haven't
level
got
of
false
First
step.
Commandment?
False step.
Yeah, that as well. Is it as bad as those episodes? I think
We shall
based on
find
the
out.
fact that I love Dreyarch, I think I'm going to give this a very generous 2 and just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I give it
I
a
don't
2
know.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Braytak, I saw Dreyarch, Dreyarch was like, you shut up and listen to me, husband. It's like, yeah, shut this man up. So, yeah.
Nick Na says 2. Mac Boland's conscience says 4. Dan Ben says baseball. Lockwatcher says 2. Anthony Rowling 4. Hogwild 1. Dan Ben actually says 5. Jed Ted 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Dan Ben
Yeah,
said, I didn't realize
Raywood
people like this
2.
episode less or have issues with it. I was told to be honest with my ratings. I do like this episode. Yeah, no, you're allowed to like this episode, we
That's
have
fine.
we have a lot of discrepancies within our group. Evie
Yeah.
doesn't like Brief Candle for very strong reasons that are good
Yes,
reasons. However, I
exactly.
still enjoy it. You're allowed to feel whatever way you feel, and you're allowed to be okay with the way Teal'c talks to his wife in this episode. It's fine. I just, I don't. I based on who Teal'c is and how I know him, I can't enjoy
Abide.
it.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
infuriating.
Urple Homo 1.3, so we're going to round that down to 1. Jane Diata is 2. Yeah.
So Lockwatcher just reminding Mo that there's no
And Jen Ted, no halvesies.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
halvesies.
this is it wasn't that bad. This episode with you guys was definitely more enjoyable, and I think
Agreed.
I think watching it with you guys made me appreciate like seeing Dreyarch and Braytak again more. So I think that's what pushed it
They
up
help.
into
I
a
mean,
2.
the guest stars help make this episode a thing.
Yeah,
That's
Without
true.
them,
they
it would just be
complete
like,
it.
"Ugh."
And also the kid that plays Ryak, obviously, I forget his name.
Neil Dennis.
That's it.
Good guy.
He
he's
did
great.
do very well in this episode for sure.
Yeah.
Because as David said, it would have been a very rough role for him to play. Because that's
a lot to
that's
ask of a
injecting a
kid.
lot of adult emotion
Yeah.
into a role that he probably wouldn't understand he hasn't lived that sort of betrayal before or lived those kind of emotions. So he's just having to just
Right.
act out something he's not familiar with. So I think he does a good job.
Yep.
Kids episodes are always tricky because you're not quite sure. Like my friend said to me she didn't want to watch Stranger Things for a long time because she was worried they were going to be bad actors because they're kids.
Oh,
and
no.
it's like no, a lot of them can be really talented and be really good, and those kids are great.
Yep.
And it's like it's just a casting thing.
Yep.
It's just what pool have you got, and pick the best option. And sometimes, sadly, the pool's going to be a bit shoddy, but in this case, it was good.
That's correct.
So, yeah, I enjoy this episode, and I love Teal'c. I love Teal'c all the way. He's my boo. I love him. I just
we love the people we love despite their faults.
Yes, I think that Teal'c's only fault is the way he deals with his wife, and then that's the only fault I have with Teal'c. Other than that, he's the best. I love him. I wouldn't want to be his wife, but I'd want to be his respected fellow soldier teammate. So
next week we're going to have Secrets and Bane. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to start a little bit later to accommodate Yvie, because Australia does not change their clocks around. And then the week after, I think we'll be on. Are we going to stay at 1 p.m. Pacific time from here on in? Is that the intent?
I think we should because of Evie's thing. Because with
right,
me, mine will switch, but I think Evie's needs to be pushed for her benefit. Yeah.
Yep, so 1 p.m. Pacific. Yep. Excellent.
We'll be doing
but that's kind of good for me because that means that I can get home even later on a Sunday.
Yeah, I sleep in, so I didn't get to bed until 5:30 this morning. I didn't get to sleep until almost 6:30. So
you would have gone to bed about the same time as me. I was so tired after yesterday. I went to bed at 7 o'clock in the evening, which I haven't done since I was about 12 years old. And I think I was asleep by about 7:45.
Was it because of all the Stargate filming stuff?
I think so. I just had a pretty big week at work as well, and I think it just sort of all kind of caught up with me, and I only had about 4 hours sleep.
I feel so bad.
Saturday.
It's like, I'm contributing to all of that.
Don't feel bad. No, don't feel bad. I had so much fun.
Evie is a willing participant. You didn't do 100%. This to her.
Yeah, I know, but you can also regret making choices.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I would regret getting up early to have a very awesome stream. And I watched your first one as well yesterday, live,
that was intense.
which was very good.
Was really good.
And I very much enjoyed our AI stream. So
the chatbot Q&A was great. You did such a good job.
It was so good. Did you like the answers?
Yeah. They were great. I love that David really embellished with all the Sam and Jack stuff. And it's great because the AI, you don't get much from the show. It doesn't feed you much Sam and Jack. You get like your crumbs.
You have to read between.
That's the Air Force. The Air Force was making them walk that tightrope. You want our support.
Yeah. Very frustrated. I am very frustrated that the Air Force had such an impact on that one decision. It's just a TV show, but sadly they wanted it to be more accurate, and I'm very infuriated. But in a way, I think it kept the show in a good place. I wish that they'd gotten together at the end of Stargate.
Well, the actors believe that they did.
Yeah, I believe that they did.
Yes,
but,
and so did some of the writing crew as well. They basically, I think, Malozzi said he basically, in his mind, it was canon sort of after the events of Threads. So, Stargate
didn't need to be a romance.
That's what I live on.
Yeah, it had good romantic moments throughout the show, and I'm glad that it didn't get too bogged down with that stuff, and they managed to give us what they could, and then move on.
I totally agree. I mean, we could talk about this for a long time, but I don't like seeing people sort of like on social media say that they didn't see any chemistry between Jack and Sam. I think it was definitely there, but they had to be reserved because of who they were and their positions in the Air Force. So
and to be fair, there is an age difference
to it. Of course,
it's not that big,
but it's 16 years, I think.
16 years,
but. Half my relatives are 16 years. It's
that bit that didn't bother me so much. But
no, I think as long as you're an adult and you're not like gold digging or what's the term when a guy goes for like a much younger woman?
Was it sugar daddy, sugar mama?
Sugar daddy,
maybe something like that.
That's more if they fund their lifestyle, which
exactly
wouldn't have happened in this case.
I feel like you can't help who you love, and I think as long as everyone's an adult,
if it's love,
make a decision.
And they're
And to be fair,
remember-
Teal'c is like 100 and something. So
In Jaffa
you know,
years, for sure.
yeah, and
Jaffa
he
years,
he
yeah.
makes out with Lois Lane in season 8, and she's
He
definitely
does.
definitely not 100. So
That's true.
but then we're getting
Very
onto
true.
the vampire conversation.
I've never actually thought about that age
Me
gap
neither.
in that respect. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
This is why we have
I'll have
her
to
on.
remember to talk about that later.
You know, I can do age gaps. I think I'm also more used to it because I watch things like, you know, the Vampire Diaries or something, where like
Mhm.
everyone's like 1,000 years old, and then they're all going for like this one
Yeah,
teenage
but their
girl.
age has stopped. You know, you're not looking at an old person dating like
so
Teal'c's
Teal'c's
someone
100
barely out of
something,
teenage years.
and he's
Yeah.
still a snack.
Yeah, but
so,
that's
you
because
know.
he makes it. So, and because he's actually it in real life.
Yeah.
All right.
Still a snack.
We're gonna get rolling here,
Oh.
guys.
All right.
Appreciate you all tuning in. Sorry for the
Thank you
changing
for
in
joining
time.
us.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
So keep in mind we're
We'll
gonna be
be
an hour later
permanently
from
shifted for a while.
yeah until the fall at least. So that's the
Until
plan.
until our clocks match Evie's time a little bit better.
Until Yvie gets tired of doing it this way and is like, you know what? Let me try a different strategy. So we'll keep everything moving. We are the
Yes.
Wormhole Extremists, and we'll talk to you really soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.